In this video, it's time to do something about the exhaust on the Vectra because it ain't good. Current status. Rubbish. So let's see if we can do something about it. Bye bye Giselle. The GSA is well. Did you see it? People ask whenever it doesn't appear in videos, but there it is. And we're away. So I'm off to see my friends at Moduron Hafod today. Or Hafod Garage. They MOT'd the 2CV was the last thing they did. Failed the MOT on the City Rover quite rightly as well. So yeah, I like what they do. I think their MOTs are fair, and hopefully they can sort out my exhaust without laughing at me too much. They're quite used to me, so hopefully all will be well. I'm not sure if they're going to just try and reclamp and seal the exhaust or just weld it. We'll discuss with them what they think the best method is. Incidentally, I'm getting on for about 250 miles covered in the Vectra at the moment, and yeah, it's kind of doing what I need it to do. The ride is not very comfortable. The seats are absolutely hideous. So we've got a first long trip coming up in a couple of weeks. Well, no, just over a week in fact. And that'll be a chance to really put this car through its paces. That's just over a week at the time recording. I'm not sure when this video is actually going to come out. So yeah, we'll see what this car's like over distance. Doing a very similar route to what I did in the GSA when we had our first trip to England a couple of months ago. Seems like forever ago, but we'll see how that goes. I am definitely worried about comfort of this car. This is the one thing that could see me get rid, because you jump in the GSA and it's like putting a pair of cozy slippers on. On the other hand, I like the fact that block changing to fourth. There's so much torque, you barely need the gears. So that makes this better than the GSA. I'm wondering about doing a head-to-head between the two cars. I think that might be quite good fun to do, so I might actually do that. Just to kind of mark car development over the, I don't know, the 20 odd years, 25 years between the GSA as the GS launching in 1970 and the Vauxhall Vectra coming out in 1995. Yeah, this seems a much better idea. Okay then, the work is done. The flexi section has been welded in. They also discovered a leak further back on the system at one of the joints. So they've slodged some stuff in that and redone that joint. Had the whole exhaust off, and things are now looking better. But are they sounding better? Oh yes. I should say so. Right, start driving home then. Take a slightly different route. I came cross country earlier and that turned out to be a really bad idea. So that was £54 for the labour, an hour's labour with the VAT, the old dreaded value added tax, effectively the sales tax here. Oh yeah, it sounds much better. I mean, to be honest, it didn't sound that bad on here anyway, but it's the fact I'm driving past buildings and I can't hear going on. Makes me think, oh yeah, this is better. Also had another good look under the car, and mostly it's good. It has had a thump up the backside at the problem, and that's caused some damage I'm probably going to have to sort out at some point, but we'll see. We also reset the computer because it was flagging a fault. There are two sensors, it turns out, two lambda sensors on a Vectra, one post cat and one pre-cat. So obviously with an exhaust leak they're seeing stuff that's out of spec. They're getting a bit confused, which is why I put the check engine light on to improve drivability at all. Yeah, I'd say it has. It was bucking around a bit at lower revs, I don't know if it changed the engine mapping, gone into a mildly safe mode, I don't know, but this is one spicy meatball. So there we go, that's the Vectra improved, stuck behind a Peugeot 207 I think, or is it a 208 or a 2008, whatever it is. It's big, ugly and slow. Tourist season in full effect here in mid Wales. But yeah, thanks to Phil at Moduron Hafod. Yeah, I like what they do down there, so thank you for sorting that out. I should have done that in the first place really, rather than spending a day sweating in the pit of despair underneath this car. Sometimes it is worth farming jobs out, and that definitely should have been one of them. Nonetheless, in total it has cost me under £100 to improve this Vectra. I'd like to do an oil change. Very aware these 2.2s can have timing chain issues, and I must admit, now the exhaust is fixed, I'm sure I can hear something that sounds slightly timing chainish. They had problems with the oiling system, and I hope this isn't going to be a dead engine as a result. Oh, hello Al. So we'll just have to hope for the best as we go forward. Oh, there's trailers and stuff all over the place here. Here we go. Oh yeah, this car goes well. So my plans for Vixella the Vectra, nothing too dramatic really. We'll just carry on using her. I've got an oil filter. I haven't yet got the oil, 530 oil I think. I have to check. Modern engines have funny specs going on. I'll try and get the right oil. So we'll do oil and filter at some point, and then we'll just yeah, just keep using her and see how she goes, and then make further decisions about her long-term future. Comfort is a concern, as I was saying. These seats are rock hard. I haven't yet done a long distance trip, but the jiggly ride and the firm seats mean yeah, keeper status is not assured on this one, but you know, we shall see. I change daily fairly often. We'll see what else might tempt my fancy. It's getting a bit more difficult because cars in the age bracket I like are kind of vanishing for the most part. You know, I'd love a P10 Primera, but when did you last see one? I actually saw one last week as it happens, which surprised me, but they're not about anymore. Citroen Xantia, they're getting rarer now, but maybe one hydraulic Citroen at a time is enough, I don't know. So yeah, we'll see. But thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you go, and I look forward to seeing you in a future video where maybe we'll have a bit more fun in this car. Oh, it's still bogging a bit there. There we go. 3,500 and biddling, up she goes. Before we catch another tourist. Ah, check engine light is back on. Bother.